Holding space is about showing up authentically and creating safety in the moments that matter most. From parenting littles to navigating friendships and partnerships, I reframe tantrums, conflicts, and messy feelings as invitations to connection. I'm Julia Clark, a psychotherapist and play therapist with over 30 years of experience walking alongside children, families, and the people who care for them. Each episode explores the building blocks of emotional literacy, co-regulation, and boundaries, while honoring the intergenerational stories we carry within. Blending science with lived wisdom, I believe growth is playful, healing is possible, and we are all learning together. Hi, I'm Julia, and together we're holding space. Today we're diving into a behavior that every parent knows intimately, every therapist recognizes instantly, and every adult remembers from childhood. Sibling rivalry. The jealousy, the grabbing, the "that's mine," the competition, the comparison, the back and forth between love and, well, not love. For many families, sibling rivalry feels like a problem to fix, or something that reflects poor behavior or lack of kindness. But when we look at sibling rivalry through a regulation lens and through the work of Melanie Klein, we see something far more profound. Sibling rivalry is emotional integration in action. It's the nervous system learning to hold love and envy at the same time. It is how children practice complex emotional skills long before they have the words for them. Sibling rivalry isn't brokenness, it's development. Let's talk about Melanie Klein and the emotional complexity of siblings. Melanie Klein is a pioneer of psychoanalytic and object relation theory. She believed that children learn to navigate their inner worlds through their earliest relationships. And siblings, she said, activate one of the most foundational emotional conflicts humans navigate. I love you and I envy you. Love and envy, connection and competition, warmth and frustration, belonging and threat. All swirling in the same small body. To Klein, this wasn't a flaw, this was practice. Sibling rivalry is where children learn, how do I handle jealousy? What do I do when someone I love gets attention I want? How do I stay connected when I'm also upset? How do I hold these big feelings about someone who matters to me? She believed this emotional integration, holding conflicting feelings at the same time, is one of the hardest developmental tasks of childhood. And the nervous system plays a central role. The regulation behind rivalry. When a child feels overwhelmed, threatened, overshadowed, insecure, or worried about losing connection, their nervous system shifts. And that shift comes out as grabbing, yelling, pushing, I hate him, she always gets what she wants, that's not fair, slamming doors, withdrawing, tattling, over-asserting, over-possessing. Not because they're bad, not because they lack empathy, but because their nervous system is dysregulated and trying desperately to restore internal safety. Sibling rivalry is a felt threat to connection, a fear of losing the caregiver's love or place in the family. It's not misbehavior, it's communication. Let's look at some real-life examples and see the meaning underneath. At home, he always gets more than me. A child notices their sibling receiving praise. Instantly, that's not fair. I never get anything. They grab a toy or storm away. It looks dramatic, irrational, or attention-seeking. But behind the behavior is, do I still matter? Am I losing my place? Am I safe in our connection? Envy, in Klein's view, is not hatred. It's longing mixed with fear. When a parent says, you wish you had that attention too, or you wanted that moment with me, the child softens because someone finally named the feeling they didn't know how to hold. The older sibling who acts out. The baby comes home, the oldest child starts having meltdowns, more clinginess, more pushing. Parents often say, come on, you're the big sibling now. But the older child's nervous system is overwhelmed. Their whole world changed. Their role shifted. Their sense of security feels a little shaky. The acting out isn't regression. It's integration work. The child is trying to reconcile. I love the baby, but I also envy the baby. Both are true. Both are allowed. Both need space. The teen who can't celebrate their sibling. A teenager sees their sibling get a milestone, a driver's license, a new relationship, a school award. They become moody, distant, or sarcastic. It's not immaturity, it's emotional overload. Teens crave individuality and fear comparison. Success of a sibling can activate a deep insecurity. Am I enough? When the parent validates instead of shames, it's hard when someone you love gets something you're wanting too. The teen relaxes because now they don't have to choose between love and envy. They can hold both. In the playroom, Klein's theory in action. Children reenact sibling rivalry constantly in play. Two figurines fighting over a parent doll. One stuffed animal pushing the other off a bed. Babies being too loud. Older figures being ignored. Competition for resources. Expressions of unfairness or favorites. Klein believed that play is where children process the emotional complexity of their relationships. Love, envy, fear of loss, desire of closeness, and the terror of not being enough. In the playroom, I don't correct the rivalry. I reflect it. You want the mummy to notice you so much. You're mad he's getting all the attention. You wish you could be the only one right now. Reflection supports integration. Integration supports regulation. Regulation reduces rivalry. Why sibling rivalry feels so intense. Sibling rivalry hits the deepest attachment fears. Am I still loved? Is there enough love for everyone? Am I losing part of you? Does my sibling make me less special? Who am I in this family? Where do I belong? From a nervous system perspective, these fears activate fight, flight, or freeze. Fight, the hitting, pushing, or yelling. Flight, hiding, slamming doors, withdrawing, or freeze, shutting down and going quiet. When we view rivalry as misbehaviour, we escalate the threat. When we view rivalry as emotional integration, we soften the threat, and the nervous system can come back online. Supporting siblings through emotional integration. Here are some ways to support rivalry with compassion and regulation. 1. Normalize these feelings. It's okay to feel jealous sometimes. It's hard to share someone you love. 2. Avoid comparison entirely. Comparisons activate insecurity, not cooperation. 3. Give each child individual, special moments, not equal, but attuned. 4. Reflect both love and envy. You love playing with her, and you get frustrated with her. 5. Separate the child from the behavior. You're not bad. You're overwhelmed. 6. Build emotional vocabulary through play. Let them express rivalry symbolically. 7. Strengthen co-regulation. Attunement softens and soothes envy. 8. Hold firm boundaries and warmth. You're really angry, and I won't let you hurt your little brother. 9. Create rituals of reconnection. Shared snacks, special games, repair moments. Every one of these practices supports the nervous system in holding complex feelings without collapsing into overwhelm. This is emotional integration. This is Klein's theory lived out. This is the heart of sibling work. A parent once told me, "My kids fight constantly. They adore each other, but they just can't stop competing." As we worked through it, she realized that every fight happened during transitions. Leaving the house, returning home from school, bedtime, or when she was distracted. These were moments of dysregulation for everyone. So she slowed transitions down, added small doses of connection, named the envy directly, and created predictable rituals. Within weeks, the rivalry softened, not because the kids loved each other more, but because their nervous systems were steadier and their emotional integration was supported. Let's take a breath together. Inhale. Exhale. Think of the siblings in your life. Whether you're a parent, a caregiver, a therapist, or someone with siblings of your own, ask gently, what big feelings are underneath their rivalry? Where do love and envy collide for them? How can I support both connection and individuality? How can I create safety so integration can happen? Sibling rivalry is not a sign that something is wrong. It's a sign that emotional growth is happening. It is messy. It is human. It is regulation practice. And it is one of the earliest ways children learn to hold complex, emotional truths inside themselves. This is part of our Holding Space series, where we learn to see behavior through the lens of the nervous system and meet it with compassion, curiosity, and connection. Thank you for being here and for holding space with me. If the content of this podcast really resonated with you and you'd like to go even deeper, I'd love to invite you to step into this work more fully. Beyond the podcast, there are many ways that we can connect. Individual therapy for your child, parent coaching or support for yourself, and deeper I Am sessions that explore intergenerational patterns. Additionally, I also offer webinar workshops and weekend retreats for parents, classes, intensive trainings and supervision for therapists, and large group presentations for educators or school presentations. Each are designed to help us hold space for the next generation of children in safe, attuned, and meaningful ways. You can learn more and explore what fits best for you at clarity.family.